Is Vechain about to go into a bull market? This is what we're going to discuss today. As we can see on the weekly time frame, we're just coming back down for this retest, and hopefully we can hold this support for the continuation onwards and upwards towards 3.5 cent, which is our range high. So by reclaiming 2 cent over here and getting back above it, all we are doing is confirming this is support to head back to the range high, which again is 3.5 cents. Going forward, we cannot lose 2 cents. Losing 2 cent signals that this is not the low and that we're coming back down there. So I've placed the fibs because this is saying, okay, the next key resistance going forward after we surpass the 236. Of course, we have some support that will act as resistance at the 382, but the main brick wall for me is sitting between 6 and 9 cent. I'm super laser-eyed focus on this area. So basically for the moment, as long as this is our low and we stay above this level over here, then we've reclaimed the level. We're trying to get to the high up to here, and that in itself from current price is a move of 51% from current price. Now you don't have to go crazy and put leverage and go all in. Just know that if we hold this on the weekly time frame, this low over here, we're going to reverse and head higher back to the range high, which could be a 50% pump. Now from current price to the 0.5 fib, we've got a 200% move and a 300% move towards 9 cents. Don't forget that our previous all-time high is about 28 cents, and that is sitting well over a 10x. So you could still get an 11x on Vechain at these current prices. Now I'm going to show you a fractal that I've picked up from the past over here. I'm going to zoom in on the daily time frame real quick for you guys. But essentially, when I got initially into Vechain back down here in 2020, So first of all the updates that I've been doing on Vechain, I'm always getting a few comments here and there saying this is an absolute total rubbish coin. This is rubbish, it's only gone down ever. Well, that is determined on when you entered the crypto market. I'm assuming those people that are saying that entered at around the 20 cent, but luckily enough for me, I did initially get into Vechain around 1 to 2 cent, and I did actually manage to do from 1 to 2 all the way up until I held it and sold at about 22-23 cents. So of course for me, Vechain is incredible. Vechain is actually one of the coins that did the most amount of returns for me in the bull market. Not Bitcoin, not Ethereum, not XRP, not maybe Solana actually, but and Polygon did well as well for me. But a lot of coins, they weren't doing too good, and people love them. And this coin did 28x for me. No, it's apparently a rubbish coin for most. Well, for me, that's not the case. And the reason why I'm bringing your attention to this is because we see an M followed by, obviously, flattening out. You can say a falling wedge or a W pattern. So this is what I was essentially seeing in every dip. We have an M and it flips back up. Yes, it's ugly, but it's the similar pattern every single dip. You see this M over here, it eventually flipped into a W. So that's what we thought was occurring over here, an M flipping into a W to head back up to the highs. We saw Bitcoin breaking the highs, we saw ETH, HBAR, Quant all breaking the highs, but we had some coins like Vechain over here, XRP, Chainlink, that actually saying this is a dead cat bounce. So we're running into the golden pocket. We can go a bit higher to that 786 fib and still reverse. So that's what we need to worry about. Even at 15 cent, we might not be in the clear, but if we're buying down here at 2 cent and we're up at 15 cent, it's not really going to matter if we're in the clear or not. You've already done a 7x on your money. So that's absolutely incredible to hear of 700% on top of what you have at the moment. I'm now going to pull up this fractal from over here, enlarge it, and I'm going to take the move from this pump all the way into this move up. Now, I'm going to place it on the current chart. However, do not take the target, the final target, as the target that Vechain is going to, because I really do not believe it's going all the way up there. But we can see I've just enlarged this area down here from this point all the way until there. So of course it's gone up crazy, but don't worry too much about that high price. I can guarantee you right now, if you think with your mind that we're going to $16, you've got a problem. I'd love it to go to $16. It is not going to $16 just because this fractal is saying so. The only reason I'm showing you this fractal is because it's literally move for move over here. So can you see we have this M pattern? With the fractal, we had a higher high, but in this case, lower high. That's fine. This was just like what happened with Bitcoin, where you put in that higher high, ended up being a fake out at 69K. We ended up dumping, losing this low, and that was like 40K. And I said to everyone, once we lose 40K, down we go. So that was the case, and luckily enough we got out there, and that was about January last year, December. Well, whenever Vechain lost this high low over here, that's when we got out. But and we're doing the same thing with all the coins. But we can see over here, this movement over here, this pullback would be this pullback, and we've got that continuation down with 1, 2, 3 bottoms. So 1, 2, 3 bottoms. So on that final bottom over here, we start pumping back towards this, and this would be signified by that. So, So what I would say is that we are anticipating a pump towards this area, and that would be, can you see over here? So we're coming in towards here, essentially, guys. Can you see coming back into there? That's this pump into the 200 moving average over here. This is keeping us in this longer term downtrend, but you can see eventually it's going to give in, and we continue where to? The golden pocket. It's literally telling us, you're getting pulled to here. That's what the golden pocket is anyway. It's like a magnet, guys. Understand that. The golden pocket is a magnet. Once you have bottomed out, there's no certainty of bottoming out unless you start moving upwards, onwards and upwards. And right now on the daily time frame, we've got that bullish cross. So it is trying to move up. Yes, in the past, we've had bullish cross fail, but we didn't even manage to reach the 200. Over here, we have. In the past, we had a bullish cross, met the 200 and continue lower. So we really need to make sure that this is not the case, and we need to make sure that this is the case over here, that we're just sideways consolidating before another big wave up towards 6 to 9 cents. And this could come anywhere in the next 6 months where we're at up to those prices. But as you can see, 2 awful dips at that time. So if I were just to move, and we saw that we topped out in and around the 618, it's saying if I measured from the bottom to the 618, I might dip all the way back down to this region of 3.7 or 3 cent, and look where that is exactly, on the resistance of this range. So it's essentially telling us once we get up there, if we get a big push up like this, we should anticipate a dump into here and then a continuation. And then of course, let's put this back on and we see that exactly. Can you see that, guys? It's literally telling us move for move. We got this fractal from down here. This is what I'm going to be personally following until it's not valid. Not valid meaning that it's not following the path it should. So that would mean rejecting here and putting in that lower low, because in fact you can see after bottoming out, 1 spike, 2 spike, 3 spike. Can you see with the yellow? That would be 1 spike, 2 spike, 3 spike. So that is right there. And so you can see we're meant to come up. We've done so. We're just holding key resistance. We're trying to take out range high over here. And eventually in the future, range high will become the range low. It should become support in the future. And then you can see once this golden pocket is flipped into support, it's onwards and upwards to our targets over here. So me going forward, I'm looking at 61 cents. I'm looking at $1.68. I'm probably going to be taking significant profits over here. I'm not going to be greedy. Yes, amazing if we continue to 5, 11, 16. But I'm not going to trick myself. I'm no fool. You think it's not going to do the same returns as it did over here. You need to know that in bull markets, it's diminishing returns. So the fact that I took this fractal, this amazing fractal that we just spotted all the way from down there, we need to realize we're not going to get a pump like that again. We're not going to $16. I can tell you that right now. Look, you can see it's saying, oh, we should be going to 50. Do not get it twisted. Look at these as your fib targets. That's why they're there. They're targets. This is your first target. And listen to the word target. So when we're up there, it's a target that has been met. So that means there's a sell point. It doesn't mean, oh, now we're up there, I'm going to keep adding and I'm waiting for 168. I'm not selling until it hits 168. You're not going to convince me to sell below 168 and then it just tops out at 60 cent and it tops out at 93 cent and another 90% bear market. So this is why we can't be greedy. Need to be taking profits in the correct locations. And of course, I'll be here along the way. I hope this video, of course, produce some value, something that you can learn off today. Looking at past fractals determine future prices. It's not going to always follow 100%. That's why I'm telling you, we're not going to $50, $80. Yeah, that is absolutely ridiculous. But yes, I am anticipating 60 to $1.68, but I'm not going to be waiting for that. Maybe with the smallest amount of my account left. You know, take out my initial investment, take out some profits and, you know, maybe leave 10, 15% just in case we go up higher. But yeah, these are my significant take profit levels. And of course, how can you argue with that? Even just at 60 cent with a 25x. This is what I mean. You've just been given a 25x. Maybe we hit this in 2 years' time. Okay, so from 2 years from now, we've gone up 25 times and that's still not enough for you to sell. This is why I'm not personally going to be greedy. Even a good fact for you guys, when I started buying, look at the dates: November, December, January. Go over to Bitcoin, November, December, January 2020. Where was that? November, December, January. That was the first time I bought Vechain when Bitcoin's at all-time highs. So surely that's risky, no? That's risky to buy Vechain when Bitcoin's at all-time highs. What if we don't break it and we dump from here? Well, I still bought Vechain at 1 to 2 cent and it went to 28 cent. In the time Bitcoin went from 3 to 20k, I basically bought 20k, but in terms of Vechain, and Vechain still did 28 times on top of that, on top of buying at this price essentially when Bitcoin's at all-time highs. So imagine if I got Vechain when it wasn't even 1 cent. Wow, I could have done hundreds of X's, but 28x. Is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. You would grab my hand, you bite my hand off for 28x. So yeah, going forward, we can't be greedy in this next bull run. Understand that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, share. I'm in the process of trying to get my Twitter back, but in the meantime, if you want the course or the mentorship, they're currently discounted. This week only, the course is £100. This week only, the mentorship is £500. You get the course with the mentorship, you get 10 hours of lessons with me, you get my chat included with both. But if you want to message me, LouisVibes_ is my Twitter. It's also linked in the description of this video. And yeah, we'll get you started today. Thank you guys.